Hello, my name is Ben Woodruff, and this is Jackie, the prairie falcon. Prairie falcons are native to North America. They're fairly common here in the American West, and they're a beautiful and powerful bird of prey, and is one of the many species used in the sport of falconry. And today what I want to do is talk a little bit about understanding the mentality of a bird of prey. Humans are mammals, and many of the animals we work with, horses and dogs and cats, are also mammals and share some of the similarities with our way of thinking. Birds of prey like this prairie falcon have a very different mindset, and when you're learning to train a falcon for education or for the sport of falconry, it's easy to project our mammalian mentality on these birds. It's easy to do that and to have some misunderstandings along the way. So one of the things that we appreciate is a reward system, or like a treat. Think about a dog or a cat. If you train them to do a certain behavior and to have a mutual understanding, when they do the behavior that you are seeking them to do, you give them a reward, good dog. Or maybe you give them a reward in praise. You pet their belly, you rub their head, you do something that they like, give them attention, you give them affection. Well, birds of prey are not like that. Birds of prey, whether they're from the wild or captive bred, whether they're raised from babies or if they come into a facility as an adult, they have a different mentality. They don't like to be touched. Now, a lot of times when you're working with any wild animal, you need to remember that your hand represents a paw. Predators, they attack this way, and so coming at an animal this way can be frightening. So if there's ever a need to touch a bird for any way, it's wise to turn your hand this way. But they don't respond to being pet as an affectionate sort of reward like a dog would, or maybe that a cat or horse would. So when we train them with food. And I think there's a lot of misunderstanding where people think that giving food to a bird is a treat, just like for a dog or a cat. It is not. Food to birds of prey is social bonding. In the wild, no other bird will give you food except for your parent or your mate. And once you reach a certain age, your parent will compete with you for food. So as we're trying to understand and build a relationship of trust with these birds, then we have to speak their language. You can never discipline a bird of prey. Like a dog, you could say bad dog if they did something wrong. Not with a falcon. And a reward system is not enough. You need to build trust by bridging the gap between mammal and bird, and we do that through food. So the act of giving food, when we first hand food to them, you might give them what's called a tidbit, where you hand them a little piece of food. For a dog or a cat, that's nothing. It's, hey, this other mammal is giving me food. Thank you. Yes, I'll take that reward. Why not? For a bird to accept food, that is building lots of trust that you wouldn't have to worry about with mammals. So the act of accepting food and of taking that food from a mammal, they don't fully understand it, but they do know only my parent or my mate would ever do that. So maybe I can trust this human, and maybe I can work with them. When you train a bird to eat off of your glove and they bend their head down, they're exposing the top of their neck, which is very vulnerable for them. So again, that is showing trust on their part to bend down, to take food and accept that food. So when you think of food with a bird of prey, always remember it is social bonding, and it is a way that we build trust and bridge that gap between bird and mammal.